G'day everyone and welcome to today's episode of All the Bricks. Today we get into Castle Grayskull. Let's do it. Okay, so having a quick look at the box first. Got this beautiful artwork on the front, very reminiscent of the original one. Not done in the exact same art style, but very similar, and it looks fantastic. On the top of the box here, we've got more of the figures in a bit better detail. There's one side, you get He-Man. Around the back, there's another diagram of the inside of the castle. Not done the exact same as how the original one, original Castle Grayskull had like a red outline sort of diagram of everything, but this still looks fantastic. And the other side, you get a wonderful picture of Skeletor. Okay, so I've already built this, but just to demonstrate, I'm going to show you how you get into one of these, because seriously, this is why I'm doing take two. You won't see take one, because if anyone who does YouTube videos would have experienced, I'm sure at one point in time, you have all the best laid out plans and everything just goes completely wrong, and I just couldn't edit anything out of it to get a good video. So this is the redo. You won't see part one. This is take two. So to get into this box, which took me seriously a few minutes to get into the first time, there's a tab here. There's side tabs that are quite tight. That's what was getting me stuck. And these are all with tape. So when you're opening it, there'll be tape all around these bits. Just, yeah, go with it. And then the whole thing opens up like a clamshell. I'll get a bit of better view here. Opening up the box, you get this massive instruction booklet. This is really big, and it actually weighs quite a lot, just this book. There's very detailed instructions. Even if you're not used to building Lego type sets, you should be able to get through one of these without much problem, as long as you take your time and follow each step. It is a really big book. The next thing is each individual box. It comes with one of the figures, oops, get down here in view. Comes with one of each of the figures included in the set. And once again, to get these open, there's little tabs here at the side. I was a bit stuck the first one, because I haven't really seen people open these boxes all that much. And then they open up like a normal box. But if you just go try and get it back closed, just kind of try ripping it from here or that, you'll just rip the box. So I didn't want to do that. And yeah, it just takes a bit of finessing. But you get He-Man on one box, Skeletor on box two. They're all numbered. And I'm not going to drag them out, but 3 is got Man-at-Arms and the Sorceress. Box 4 there has got the Green Goddess and Red Beast Man. Alright, so let's have an actual look at it. Alright, and here's everything you get in the set put together. So I'll start off with the smaller accessories first, and we'll build up to the castle. You get the ladder, just like what was included in the original Castle Grayskull, which does reach that ledge there, which is awesome. You also get the weapons rack, which is pretty much spot on to what the original castle came with all the same removable weapons that you can use for other figures. So that is awesome to see, because I always liked that in the original set, being able to mix up weapons and that with your heroes or villains. Next up is another sort of weapons rack. This was only a bit of cardboard in the original Castle Grayskull, so to have the real weapons here, once again, is another nice bonus. And also the little training weapon that spins very well. A couple other little not options, but side pieces they give you is their own type of brick separator. It actually has a little pusher here. Get it to go. So if your piece is stuck in there, you can actually pop it back out. So that came in handy for a few things. And they even give you a little like paper clip, so that you can put that on the page when you have to take a break or whatever, so you don't lose where you're up to. Very handy. And here's all the spare parts that were left over at the end. which after the Wind Raider I was a bit worried that there'd be, you know, virtually no parts, but a lot of the little bits that are used highly in the kit are given extras, so that's great to see. Okay, and moving on to the figures, I'm just going to have a quick run through them all. We have Red Beastman, which was how he appeared in some of their very original mini comic books that come with the figures. And the original, when I seen him in the books as the Red Beastman, it just looked like a red blob. But this one, even though it still looks like a red blob, it's actually quite impressive looking in the flesh. I don't know if it comes across the same in camera, but yeah, it looks great. Another good addition. Have the Green Goddess, once again, character that come from those original comic books where they weren't sure about colours and stuff like that, and to differentiate Teela and being the source, the goddess, they made it green. So now we've got the Green Goddess, which is just a Teela mould, just done green, but excellent to have this figure. We get, of course, He-Man. The only real difference with this one that I've seen is that he's got the extra different colour on the boots. Comes with the gold accents, the standard grey armour. Apart from that, just pretty much regular He-Man. Doesn't have as much detail on the belt either as some of the others. But still, a good looking He-Man, especially with those boots. They look mad. Next up is the Sorceress, which was great to get her in this set as well. Just like the Filmation figure, with that lovely cape. Even though the only thing is if you try and put the arms down, the cape sort of really sticks out. I mean, it's not a problem if you're just standing there, but if you got want to put her against something, that could get in the way. But yeah, great to have this figure. And not only that, you also get her Zor version as the bird. That's awesome to get in this set. Next up, Skeletor. I was going to show putting him together, but once again, like I said, everything in the first take just went wrong, and he did not want to go together. He-Man come in parts as well, and he literally fell together. Just click, click, everything went in. This guy, the hip piece, didn't want to go into the pants, and it was a struggle for ages, and had to use pliers and everything. So when I get an easier one, I'll go through and show you how do these go together. But yeah, just a standard Skeletor. No paint on the crossbones there, apart from the red dot, which is interesting. And last up, my first Man-at-Arms. This is without the moustache, which, yeah, not my favourite look, but at least he doesn't have the derpy duck lips like the original one had. Anyone that remembers the original one, focus, thank you. The original figure had these really horrible duck lips that just, yeah, I just couldn't own that figure. When Filmation brought him out for the moustache, I was like, yeah, that looks like a cool dude that I'd like to have. But with that original duck lips, no, I wasn't interested. So I do have the carded version of Man-at-Arms that I'll be reviewing soon that has the moustache, so this one will be getting replaced very soon. Alright, let's get to the castle. Okay, just trying to get the camera in a spot so you can see the whole thing in one shot, because it is a rather big model, and to get into the detail I want to be going through bits of it. So this is a look at the thing, the whole castle as a whole. Spinning it around, have all that lovely detail, all the curving. It does all clip together like the original one does. Beautiful set all the way around. Okay, and the easiest way I found to open it is to hold the top bit of the ledge here, and then this bit down here, and then you got a bit of grip to be able to gently open it up. So spinning it back around, we'll start at the front, and then we'll go over the thing. This is going to be very quick. The last one I realised I was rabbiting on way too long about stuff that wasn't important. So, all right. So starting down the bottom, you've got the drawbridge. Got lots of lovely greebling, the rock face around here, all the teeth for the face, even though I don't know if they put too many in or they just didn't space it enough. But if you try and get all these teeth out and even, then these tusks sort of stick out way too wide, and so you just sort of position it where it all looks right to you. And like a lot of the castles in the past, actually has a hole where you can insert the power sword and open the drawbridge nice and easily, which I love that feature. So good. And it stays closed nice and tight. So moving up from the drawbridge, you got that awesome face with the crown, the lovely curved towers, which I don't know what's happened over here. It doesn't look exactly right. I don't know if something's been moved or budged. But anyway, got a little side access door, which I believe come off the 200X one. It might have been the Classics or that, but I think it might have been 200X. Someone can post in the comments if it was 200X. I did have that castle, it was many years ago now, and I've got rid of all my original master stuff a long time ago, unfortunately. But having these mega ones is a nice little makeup. Up the very top, you got the two turrets. You got the nice little laser gun on this side. You got the flag on the other, which is double-sided, like the original one. Which the whole original premise was either good or bad could have the castle, and yeah, the flag would reflect who owned it. That was the sort of original concept until it all got changed by Filmation and that. Moving around to the back, you got the imitation handle like the original one. Don't pick it up, it doesn't work. It'll just come off. All this lovely roofing texture, which is just, the way they do it is so brilliant. I really appreciate that. Moving down, we've got more roofing, the turrets. And we'll get this down a bit more. And coming down to the bottom half, got a bit more greebling. And just basically the secret door, which can just be pushed in there or pushed out to let someone sneak in the back door or sneak out the back door, whichever way you want to play with it. Okay, so now we'll move to the inside. Okay, moving to the inside, have space here for any accessories you want to put in, your entryway for where the drawbridge opens up to. On the other side, you actually have a dungeon with actual monster parts in there, as well as a little dangly chain, and it is positioned right above the trapdoor. So that's nice to see. There's that back up. On the other side, not as much. You've got your doorway, secret doorway entrance, the elevator, which can go up and down. I'll show you that in a bit maybe. It's been sort of temperamental since the first review. So I don't want to touch that too much. Alright, moving up to the next level. Bring it in a bit. You can see that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there because if I touch too much, this does have a bit of a tendency to fall apart. So it's just something to be mindful if you're going to play with it or touch it. This is a bit sensitive. Moving over, you've got this computer control center with the big screen up there, just like the original had, even though it was only cardboard in the original. It does swing out, so if you want to put people in there to look out the windows or that and see if enemies are coming or that, you can do so. Moving around, you got that trapdoor just there, which moving the throne over and get it, and just by holding it back up with your finger, it's all back in place. You get that original spacesuit that was in the original one. Once again, it was cardboard, but now it's at least a plastic tile. Would have been nice to see a molded piece, something like what, Zord. It doesn't have to be a full figure, just a molded one would have been nice, but hey, it is what it is. And then we got the awesome looking throne, which does look very nice, backed up by some banners, a couple of sword and shield. Then we've got the little spot on the side here where that secret door comes in and out of, just on that level. Then we get up to the top level, and once here you can see the laser gun. Another door in here, which I believe this was once again the 200X castle. Had the power of Grayskull in this top little attic sort of section, hidden away. On this side you got your flag and your spot for where, if you want to mount Point Dread, will go. And on the other side is just basically a platform there to put your figures on. And that's the inside of the castle. So there you go, everyone. That's my look at Castle Grayskull from Mega. Fantastic kit. All up, I'd say it was rough. I didn't exactly count how long it took. It was somewhere between 10 and 12 hours, I think. And that was a fairly relaxed build. I didn't rush it. I didn't tear through it trying to do it. I did have breaks between like each box at least, and sometimes halfway between a box just have a 10-minute break just to stretch the legs and that and refocus the eyes. But it was a really, really fun build. If you like technical, intricate builds, you will absolutely love this. If technical, intricate builds aren't your thing, it might take you a bit longer to make sure you get everything right, but it's not impossible. It's a doable kit. So I'm really happy with this. I'm glad the way it come out, and I can't wait to build the rest of these sets now. Alright, that'll do it for this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, as it does help me out, and I'll see you in the next video.